Yes, we are all very tired with Instagram, me included as well. I don't even worry about growing anymore, but Instagram, it's one of the best tools as a photographer to get clients, and everyone is doing it wrong. The way you share, the way you have written your bio, and many other things I'm going to be talking about today. And towards the end of the video, I'm going to give you a freebie that it's going to help you a lot to improve your Instagram account and get clients. So I hope you stick around till the end because I'm going to tell you many mistakes you are making right now with Instagram. So I'm going to start from the first one, which it would be your bio. In your bio, if you are a photographer, first of all, you have to say it because it's searchable when people are looking for photographers in your area. And you have to put the location. I do offer one-to-one mentorships, and all of you make the same mistake. I go to your Instagram account and you don't have written in your bio where do you work? So nobody knows where you live. People are not gonna go through your photos to figure out in which country you are based. So please, this is very important. You can check out my bio. I say very clearly what I do. I have written that I'm an artist, photographer, and creative director. And because I also educate on YouTube, I have it written there. So people know I'm a photographer and I also educate on my YouTube channel. It's very clear. And you can see my location, which is Bali and London in summer because I visit there. But I have both locations. So people know what to expect from me and where I can shoot. And you should do the same. First of all, because it's searchable, as I said before. And second of all, because potential clients are going to know where you are based. So put always the location and what you do exactly. That would be the first thing. The second mistake, and I totally understand this mistake because it's very hard to focus in just one niche in photography. I know that. I've been there myself. And I shoot within many niches, okay? And if you follow my work, you know this already. I do have 2 Instagram accounts. One for my creative portrait photography, it's mostly portrait work over there, and another one for travel photography. And in the travel photography account, I do have wildlife and travel photos and landscape because they don't go with my portrait photography feed, which I consider is my main account. So, unfortunately, you're gonna have to do the same if you want to shoot within various niches. I'm not telling you to have 5 accounts, I have 2. In the travel account, because it matches with each other, I do have landscape, wildlife, lifestyle, because it's the same theme, and there are various niches there, mixed up, because they match with each other. So I want you to do something similar, because many of you as well, as a beginner, you are experimenting, which I highly encourage you to do. You have to experiment with many niches, but then in your Instagram account, you have a creative portrait in a studio, and then you have a photo of a monkey, for instance, and then a landscape photo, whatever it is, and it doesn't look professional. Potential clients are going to see your Instagram account and they don't know what you do. It's an amateur mistake and doesn't look good. So I don't want you to mix niches in your Instagram account unless they go with each other. That's the main second mistake I can find in every single portfolio. And the third one, and I have to tell you off all the time with this one because you all do it, because we all have this imposter syndrome with our photography, and I promise you it will never go away even when you become professional. So you cannot keep putting on your Instagram bio DM for collabs. Why are you putting that in your bio? Yes, you have to get collaborations. I always tell you this. If you don't have portfolio, you have to do collaborations because you're not going to have pressure because you're not getting paid for it. So this is very beneficial to create a portfolio. I even do it many times. I keep collaborating with people if there is interest for me. So I highly encourage you to do it, but don't say it loud. Just text privately to those people or brands and offer them your services in form of collaboration. But don't say in your bio that you are open to work for free. Why on earth would you want to do that? You can do it, but just don't put it in your forehead because you are already saying you are not getting paid for it. You are devaluing yourself if you put that there, okay? And obviously you are saying you are a beginner right away, because if you say that, it means your quality is bad right away, because this is the perception people get, and people gonna know you are a beginner looking for collaborations, and they're not gonna even think about paying you, even if it's a little. So this is very bad advertising for yourself. Do all the collaborations you want at the beginning. There is a limit, there is a very thin line, so you have to be careful with this, but don't announce it in your bio, because this is very bad. You are limiting yourself and you are saying to potential clients to don't pay you. And you can always get paid, even if it's a little. People will be happy to do it. So stop being scared about getting paid and stop putting there that you work for free. As a photographer, it's all about how you show yourself. And if you show yourself as a beginner photographer, even if your photos are amazing, people are going to perceive you as a beginner photographer, as a cheap photographer. So please present yourself as a professional photographer, even if you are a beginner. And if you are scared to charge a little to match your level of photography, but don't devalue yourself saying that you are a beginner, that you work for free, and you just started to take photos, because then you are going to be stuck, because people are going to talk. Word of mouth can be a blessing and a curse. So if you introduce yourself that way and you work for free, guess what? People are going to talk and they're going to talk about you like the cheap photographer to go to. And you don't want that, okay? I think you've got my point. And the next one is one of the most important things I want you to focus on. And this, everyone do it wrong, me included. For many years when I started on Instagram, it was a huge mistake, which is sharing just photos and sharing for other photographers. Your audience shouldn't be other photographers. Do you notice that? Other photographers are not going to pay you for your services. Other photographers are not going to book you. And I dare to say that you are sharing photos and then in the caption, you are talking about how you took that photo, for instance. Your clients don't care. You have to switch your mindset and start posting for potential clients. You have to think what your clients would like to learn from you. So maybe you can share behind the scenes of a photo shoot so they see you active and they get to know you more. You can share, if you're a portrait photographer, 10 poses ideas for your next shooting. Or, I don't know, how to look better in photos. Do you understand what I'm doing here? Basically, you are teaching clients. You want clients to book you because of your knowledge about working with clients. You want clients to get to know you because you want them to get to book you. If you are sharing just a portfolio, let's say, and nice shots, which you have to do as well, but you have to mix it up with this post I'm telling you about, what is going to happen is that people are not going to get to know you. Potential clients are going to see your photos. That's it. But nowadays, it's not enough. They need to see that you have knowledge, that you want to help them out, and they want to see you working. And you're going to be, Laura, I don't work with clients. Who am I going to serve behind the scenes? Collaborations. Do little behind the scenes of your collaborations. Can be photos, if you're not ready for video yet, or just a time lapse of the behind the scenes. And then in the caption, put how much you enjoyed working with that client, how much at ease you made him feel or let her feel. Try to talk to potential clients, not to other photographers. A client doesn't care which camera or which lens do you use for that shooting. They care about how friendly you are, how professional you are, and they want to get to know your personality. So that's why, yes, you have to share portfolio. I do this a lot, obviously, but you have to mix and match everything. You have to put a little behind the scenes. You have to put a nice photo shoot you had as a portfolio. You can talk about gear as well if you like. So you have to mix professionalism as a photographer, like you know about technique, about camera gear, and all this geeky stuff we love talking about as photographers. But then you have to educate clients. I'm talking about portrait photography because I'm a portrait photographer mainly, but you can do this with any niche. Think about what your potential client wants to learn from you. Something that you know they're gonna read and they're gonna be like, okay, I want to hire this photographer. Because that photographer saw me in his feed or her feed that they know about gear, they know about making clients feeling good during their photo shoots, they know about posing, they know about which outfit to wear in a photo shoot. You can educate this as well. You have to talk in your feed to potential clients, not to photographers or other creatives. From time to time, of course, you can sprinkle posts like that, but you have to mix this. And this is the freebie I'm going to give you, and it's going to help you a lot with your Instagram feed to don't run out of ideas for you to share and attract potential clients. I'm gonna link it below, so please grab it. It's for free, and it's a PDF with so many ideas for you to post in form of stories, reels, and Instagram post photography. So this way, you don't have any excuse anymore, because I've been there myself. I didn't have ideas, and I was like, what am I going to share? So I just share a photo, then another photo, and in the end, you make your feed boring for potential clients. So in that PDF guide, I tell you so many ideas for you to share as a photographer, and they are going to be super fun as well. And because I share many of them, you are going to be able to make the perfect feed because you are going to mix and match all these posts, behind the scenes, technicalities, gear knowledge, how to pose, all these kind of things. So you're never gonna run out of ideas, and then you can even build your own content calendar, and that's it. Because nowadays, I know it's very beneficial to have followers, but to get clients, you don't need followers. You need a beautiful feed full of educational content for your clients and portfolio. So I really hope this guide is going to help you. Please grab it down below. And if you want to learn more with me, subscribe to my channel because I share weekly videos, and check out this playlist I'm gonna put here because you have so many videos about how to make money with your camera and from the creative industry. And as usual, like the video because it helps me a lot, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah. Big love from Bali.